Today is International Women's Day, the day set aside every year to highlight the fight for political and economic equality. A report by the International Labour Organization to mark the day says that the number of working women is on the rise, but so too is discrimination. A record 1.2 billion women were working last year. The statistics, though, show there are still too many who are unemployed. Throughout most regions and most occupations, actually, women earn less money for the same job as their male counterparts. Women make up about 60% of the world's working poor, or those who make less than $1 a day. Well, one of Asia's most celebrated businesswomen, Sungju Kim, is president and CEO of one of South Korea's most prominent and popular retail chains, Sungju International, widely credited with having introduced Western-style retailing into the region. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, you really did it the hard way, didn't you? Because you had to rebel against your own family to get where you got.
Well, obviously, Korea is heavily embedded with the Confucius tradition, so segregate men and women. And as daughter of a big tycoon, meanwhile my brothers inherit multi-billion-dollar in a company. As a daughter, only duty is marrying another big family through the matchmaking or arranged marriage. Obviously, I rebel and thrown out on the street. Therefore, I have to build my own company from scratch.
Which must have taken huge amount of fortitude and self-belief, and I suppose that's one of the hard things to be handed. You've got to find that from
That's
someone.
like I was like a rose in a garden, well protected. Suddenly in the wilderness, all the winds and the snow and so I have to survive. But now I became like a good warrior and became stronger, so I can run even global business.
Well, when you look at the situation now compared to what it was when you broke off and achieved what you achieved, is it any easier at home to make that sort of progress as a woman?
When I started early 90s, still is a very male chauvinistic environment. Therefore, when I make deal, often they require like heavy drinking, the session, entertainment, even geisha parties. As a woman, I don't do those things, and even sometimes bribing, under-table payment. I just stick with the transparent in a kind of hands. So I just want to prove that women come from such a family, good education, big family, good believer.
But then that's interesting. Is it getting to the point then that that attitude, which doesn't go for the backhands, doesn't go for the heavy drinking, that it's beginning to be recognized as actually the way you've got to do business these days?
Well, I think a lot to do with especially the Asian financial crisis, 1997, 1998. And that was very unfortunate as in an instant, and a lot of small, medium companies went bankrupt. However, it really opened up those heavy protection and isolation. Therefore, foreign direct investment coming in, more opportunity open up for women. So, and also knowledge-based economy out of the internet revolution enable to women to access to information. Also, the better environment to start up their own company. So it is getting easier.
For example,
definitely.
They don't have to go. Right.
Yeah, and also more flexible hours to work too. Yes.
So what would you say to women today wanting to do more, wanting to get a job or a better job? I mean, not everyone's going to achieve what you've done.
Well, I mean, I should say now, girls be ambitious, because it's a new era in two reasons. As I mentioned, as the internet connectivity enable women to access to any kind of business that they want. It's a matter of idea and creativity, not anymore big, hardwares and big offices, factory site anymore. So another thing is, it is for me, it's not women's right issue anymore, it is duty. Because 21st century, the new era requires women kind of leadership, even from the government sector. Now a lot of women becoming the statement. Why? Not because women are emerging as stronger power at all. For me, now new leadership, new kind of servant leadership, more horizontal, more looking after like a service entity, motherhood she requires. And so women should take on this duty.
It's a duty. It's
That's
a challenge
right.
too.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yes.
Thank you.